the reason why I'm buying Veracity's ecosystem token called VRA instead of Bitcoin is very simple. It's because I just believe that hypothetically, it has a lot more room to grow. And now, of course, nothing I say is financial advice nor guarantee. But if, let's say, VRA were to go to the price of 50 cents during this bull run, that right there is actually around a 165x from here. And at that point, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $5 billion. Now, this isn't a crazy market cap because it's actually less than 10% of Dogecoin's all-time high market cap. So yeah, it's not ridiculous. But even besides that, if let's say on the flip side, Bitcoin were to do a 165x from here, at that point, the price would be around $10 million and the market cap would be around $200 trillion. Yeah, this isn't realistic whatsoever, especially during this bull run because, first of all, do I think that Bitcoin could do okay during this bull run? Absolutely. I think 150,000, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, but like over $1 million, let alone in this case, like around $10 million, yeah, that's completely unrealistic. And also on top of that, the GDP of the UK back in 2022 was around $3 trillion. So, 200 trillion just makes absolutely no sense, if that makes sense, right? But even besides that, again, some people may think that, oh, wow, Bitcoin's better, all this type of stuff. I'll give it that, Bitcoin is a lot more stable when compared to VRA. I'll say that. But also on top of that, it has a lot of bullish factors, right? You take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, the number of institutional investors, the amount of enterprise adoption. I understand that. But here's the thing. Typically, when Bitcoin does pump, and usually when that retail FOMO, buying pressure, buying volume, when the bull run really kicks into fifth gear, so to speak, typically altcoins, they're going to usually outperform Bitcoin in terms of percentage. And I believe that could very well happen to VRA in the future. Because again, it's so low in market cap. I feel like it's insanely oversold as of right now, even though nothing I say is financial advice, but I just believe it's a no-brainer pick for me. When it comes to just putting all my eggs into one basket, if let's say I only had two options, Bitcoin or VRA, hands down I'm choosing VRA. Again, I'm looking for potential upside here. I'm not looking for dinosaurs, if that makes sense. Now, of course, some people may think, oh, wow, how can you say Bitcoin's a dinosaur, all this type of stuff. Here's the thing. I'm not looking for like a 3x. I mean, come on, right? Granted, if I bought Bitcoin like 10 years ago, that'd be fantastic. But as of right now, I'm not looking for a 3x. Some people out there, they have like millions of dollars. So let's say Bitcoin does like a 2x, a 3x. They're all good. They're going to Sizzler at that point, going to Applebee's, whatever the case may be. But if let's say, someone has way less than that, is it really logical? What is a 3x really going to do? Now, of course, again, no one has to follow what I'm saying, but even if, let's say, I had like $10 million, I wouldn't put anything in Bitcoin because why would I do that, man? I'm not looking, again, for like a 3x. I would rather much prefer altcoins. I think it's a much better pick for me. And it's not like Verasity is this random nonsense project that people keep saying because they keep saying, oh, wow, the price of VRA is caca, all this. That means Verasity must be bad. That's actually not true because, the goal of Verasity is to bring trust and transparency to the world of digital advertising and as well as payments. Now, we all know that the payments market is massive. It's currently valued at over $2 trillion as we speak. So, yeah, that's amazing. We all know that, and a lot of projects are focused on payments. But I think the special added sauce about Verasity is the digital advertising aspect, because I believe that this is a niche that people often don't focus on. People often focus on AI projects, on meme coins, and don't get me wrong, I love AI projects, I love meme coins, but I think something that's often ignored is projects that are focused on digital advertising. And I think this right here could be so massive because, first of all, if you take a look at when it comes to Verasity, right? When it comes to its ecosystem, there is something called VeraViews. And it's even been stated that when it comes to VeraViews, it's an open ledger advertising ecosystem built around Veracity's patented, by the way, proof of view fraud identification technology. So yeah, that's insane. And also catch this. Even Verasity themselves claim that VeraViews is the most powerful, transparent, and auditable advertising ecosystem for preventing ad fraud based on open ledger principles. Now, I think there's a key takeaway here because when it comes to ad fraud, it could potentially be such a massive problem in the future. It's already a massive problem as of right now, but again, in the future, it could hypothetically be a lot worse. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about because even according to, an article by Forbes, they showcase how a study done by Juniper Research showcases that by 2028, over $170 billion will be wasted due to ad fraud. So yeah, that's insane. That's a lot right there. That's bigger than some countries' GDP. And again, this is just a very crazy figure. So when it comes to ad fraud, clearly it needs a solution. It needs something amazing to solve that, right? So when it comes to Verasity, again, being focused on, digital advertising, that's how amazing they are. They understand that it's a problem, and they understand that it could very well be a bigger problem. That's why they're trying to look to, quite essentially solve it in a sense. But even besides that, we also take a look at how, for instance, right, when it comes to VeraViews, it's fantastic in a sense that it has an amazing, setup time and as well as fantastic statistics. For instance, it currently has a setup time of only 5 minutes, and it even has an accuracy rate of over 97%. So yeah, it's very easy to implement, very reliable. This is how amazing it is. However, when it comes to the VRA token, it's not completely useless because it's also even been noted how, it can be used within the VeraViews advertising stack for funding ad campaigns. So yeah, it's not useless at all, contrary to popular belief. But of course, it doesn't end there, because when it comes to the Verasity ecosystem, there is something else called the Vera wallet. Now, this right here is actually very amazing. And it's also, even been noted that when it comes to the Vera wallet, it is alleged that it's one of the most secure wallets in the crypto ecosystem. Again, one of the most secure wallets in the crypto ecosystem. Now, it's a very bold claim, but I'm not going to deny that because I think Verasity is amazing. But even beyond that, we also take a look at how rewards can be earned by staking VRA in the Vera wallet, and even the rewards can reach 15% per year. So yeah, that's insane in my opinion. Not to mention, right, we take a look at how there's over 300,000 Vera wallet users, over 500,000 community members, and over 20 language communities as well. So yeah, that's very impressive statistics, very wonderful. And it's kind of insane actually seeing VRA this low in price. I mean, kind of crazy to think about how its market cap is extremely low as of right now. Again, just going to the price of 50 cents is around a 165x from here. That's how crazy it is. However, even beyond that, we take a look at how the global digital ad spending market size is expected to surpass $1 trillion by 2032, according to President's research. That's insane right there. I mean, it's not like we're really even that far away. I mean, we're so close to 2025. It's kind of ridiculous to even think about. But yeah, even besides that, when I take a look at VRA, clearly a no-brainer pick for me. I believe that it has a lot more room to grow than Bitcoin at this point. And could you imagine the amount of FOMO that could happen during this bull run? You take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, the number of institutional investors, the amount of enterprise adoption, just through the roof. However, keep in mind, again, I don't want to own any Bitcoin, and I don't plan to. But even besides that, you take a look at how, of course, altcoins are going to greatly depend on Bitcoin. So as Bitcoin reaches great heights like 150,000, it's only fair to assume that, something like, VRA is going to go along with the ride and hypothetically go to the price of 50 cents. As of right now, there's over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research, more than ever before in history. So I think this bull run could be so special, but it's really just a waiting game at this point because, around a year from right now, I think things could look so different. Historically speaking, it's been noted that altcoins, they usually peak as a worst case scenario around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. The last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April, so that's actually worst case October of next year. Now, granted, it could happen sooner, yes, but no matter the time frame, I'm sticking with my strategy, dollar cost averaging, anytime on income, acquiring, holding, just waiting. That's it. It's a strategy that's literally so simple. It's like cooking instant noodles. It's like, requires no skill, basically. I mean, you got to think about this, right? It's literally just, again, anytime on income, acquiring, holding, and just waiting. It's literally just selecting a project and just constantly accumulating it. Now, this is not financial advice, and no one has to listen to what I say when it comes to this, but literally, right? When you take a look at people who day trade, use leverage, or swing trade, that requires a lot of skill. And some people that I know that have been doing that for years, they don't even get it right. So why would I even dabble with that? I like to keep things simple. Again, dollar cost averaging, it's king for me, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with that. And some people sometimes complain that the price of VRA is too low, but if anything, it's actually giving me a chance to lower down my average cost. And it's kind of like a time machine if you really think about it, because months ago, right, when VRA was at a good price, everyone was like, oh, wow, all this type of stuff. Now, the price is relatively low. Now people randomly hate it. I just don't get that. If I liked it a couple months ago, I love it even more right now. So again, it's a no-brainer pick for me. I'm going to still believe in Verasity because VRA at the price of 50 cents, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And I would much rather prefer that over Bitcoin. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.